Mecha Z reviews. We'll get started in just a second. Thanks for joining this late notice live stream. This is another live stream review. This time we're doing Iron Factory's calendar. We're doing Iron Factory's EX-49, their Void Legion. This is obviously a version of their Legends class Scourge. And it's kind of funny. I've been doing their official video manuals for as long as they've been doing them. And then they suddenly stopped sending me stuff like a year or so ago. I don't know, a little bit before that. But then I just randomly got this the other day. And I put up a short saying that they didn't forget about me. Anyway, so packaging, nice window art. You can see window view of the figure itself, and you can see the box is actually pretty big for just a single figure. It's because it comes with a ton of accessories, and we'll look at that. Iron Factory 2021, just some photos here and here. And on the back, as we get some more photos. And this is the thing I want to show on the back, is that he does come with so many accessories that you can actually put in at least a minimum of 4 different configurations. And that's if you don't just start mixing and matching and stuff. But we'll take a look at that right when we open it. There's the alt mode, kind of the space submarine as you would expect. And there he is in robot mode with his scythe. So let's get him open. And you can see just how much stuff he comes with. And you would think that maybe this in and of itself is a lot of stuff. He gets, 3 extra sets of shoulder pauldrons, 3 extra faces, a gun, a scythe, and but you'd be wrong. You actually get a whole bunch of little baggies here. So if you're a part-time drug dealer trying to get off the ground and you're running low on supplies, this guy definitely has you covered with some dime bags and a quarter bag. I don't even know what they're called. So here's some more accessories. He has some blades here. Here's his handheld weapons. Hey TM, how's it going? And some extra hands. He also has some instructions. The instructions are super basic and easy though, so we're not even gonna need these. He's a pretty simple figure. Opening this up, let's get Void Legion. I don't even know where they get some of these names. Like, what does Void Legion even mean, right? So let's get that out. And then all the rest of the accessories are just going to pop out probably. Yeah, like this head and the scythe here. And it's just going to make a stockpile. So I'm just going to push him out from the bag. That's usually the easiest way to... Oh, geez. I'm going to pull another fuzz incident where I lose some pieces here. So let's try to not lose all these pieces. So there's the 3 heads, 1 pauldron, 2 shoulder pauldrons, 3 shoulder pauldrons, and there we go. So we're done with the tray at least. So try to get these organized. Here are the heads, here are the shoulder pads. And we'll take a look at all of these, obviously. Hey Joe BR, I don't think I've ever seen you in here before. Actually, Void Legion is pretty obvious. I don't get it. Maybe you'll have to explain it for me. Is the quality of Iron Factory figures any good? Yeah, I actually like the quality of the plastic. I think they have some of the best plastic in terms of Legends figures. But I would say some of their transformations are pretty basic. So it really depends on what you're looking for. There are some Legends class companies that do really complicated, really amazing stuff like New Age. They do really amazing, almost like masterpiece like transformations and looks at a Legend scale. And then this guy obviously is not really G1 in terms of design. Hey Doodle Cheese. Oh, thanks. I appreciate the compliment. I don't think I've seen you in a live stream before, so thanks for joining. But then there's others that do really cool stuff like New Age, Magic Square is doing some really cool stuff. They're doing combiners now. Both those companies are doing combiners. So, all right. So this kind of gives you an idea of what we get. So let's just run through this really quick. Hey, New Tabby. Always great to see you. Thanks again for the hookup on the Star Saber with who was it? Oh, Kato's. That's right. I forgot who I got it from. So taking a look at all this stuff here. So like I said, in addition to what he has here, he has 3 extra sets of shoulder pauldron, which are really easy to swap out. He has 3 extra heads, so 4 heads total, full shoulder pads in total. And then he has two sets of, well, three sets of weapons that are kind of like daggers or whatever. Hey, Mike, how's it going? Hey, T-Man. Watching on TV might not be typing. All right, that's cool. So these go work in conjunction with these blades here, these energy blades, same as the one we have on here. So we get 4 of these as well. But so yeah, you get each of these is, I don't know why they felt the need to do it, but they have a dedicated version per hand, even though they're basically mirrored, and they can typically hold both anyway. So I don't really know why they needed to do that. And in addition to that, he has 3 extra sets of hands. He has the spread hands, he has the scythe hands, and then he has the gun or dagger hands. So this is a lot, and I think he retails for around, how much is this? Oh, hey, Deluxe, how's it going? This is, I think, like $42 or $45 US. So it's honestly pretty cheap for Legends class nowadays. Legends class are getting really expensive, but he is pretty simple in transformation and design, so maybe that's why. But the one thing that confuses me is that you get all this extra stuff, but you're never going to be using this, right? So even if you are one of those admirable people who are army builds or troop builds, every time you buy another Void Legion, just to make a member of his army or his armada or whatever, you're gonna have extra 3 extra sets of shoulder pauldrons and heads and hands and all that stuff. So it seems almost a little wasteful. I would have rather have seen him come as a separate 1-pack and then another package with 2 or maybe 3 guys that already have these sets separately. I don't know. It just doesn't really seem to make a lot of fiscal sense for me. I said hi. I said hi to T-Man. Oh no one say hi to T-Man. It blocks the comment every time. All right, so yeah, I did actually get this from Iron Factory. So really quickly, I do want to put that disclaimer. I do their official video manuals. So they send this to me for free to do that manual, and well, I get some payment to do that manual, and then I get to review it. But the fact that I get it from them doesn't impact my opinion on their figure or my personal review. So anyway, one thing you have to do when you get them out of the package is that you have to use the double jointed backpack here and rock it up to the top. And there's a couple of tabs here. All right, so let's take a look at this guy first. We'll just throw all this stuff to the side. We're just going to get rid of it, pretend like it doesn't exist for now. And he looks pretty good. I think in terms of the designs, again, Iron Factory is not known for having specifically G1 design, just kind of inspired, kind of modernized. They have their own take, and I think it looks really great. The problems I have with this are not the looks. The problems I have with this are actually the wings. So I always say this: if you're gonna put wings on a figure, they gotta be awesome. They gotta be posable. And this is like almost the opposite of awesome and posable. There's not a lot going on here. So we'll go into articulation first, real quick, since I'm already on that topic. But they're on a double hinge on the backpack itself, which you can get it flattened out like this, or scooch back like that. There's not much going on here. You have some rotational pieces here like that, so not a ton, and then you can kind of rotate here, so it's kind of hard to see, but there's a rotational point here, but this is all you get. You can kind of get down and then another one here, and you get a little bit before you run into some interference. I wish you could spread it like up here more. I wish there was like a pivot here so you can get it kind of up and out. But you don't really get much of that. So it's kind of limited in what I would want. And I guess it's not really wings. I guess it's more kind of a cape. But you get what I'm saying. So other articulation is pretty good, though. So let's go with the head. His head is on a ball joint. It can bobble. It can go all the way around. Just be careful with the chin, his goatee. His neck is also on like a platform for transformation. So you can make use of that if you need to. But it's not all that useful. And then there's also a hinge that his neck resides on. So that is kind of useful. You can have him look down a lot more than without it. Shoulders, you have these joints on the inside with small rotational joint, and then you have the ball peg going into the shoulder itself. Shoulder rotation is a bit limited just because of the wings on the back here, so you can't really get anywhere back. He does have shoulder swivel, bicep swivel, a single pin joint elbow, which only gets you about 90 degrees. He has a ball peg in the fist, and then the shoulder pauldrons can move up and down like this, and this can fold down or up, so you can go out to the side a bit. And he does have kind of that pec deck exercise, so he can do his exercises. All right, let me take a pause here. Where are the other heads from? I think they're just, we'll take a look at them, so I'll get to them, but I think they're just random heads. They have different designs. I don't think they're actually based off of anything as far as I know. Because as far as I know, I thought his like Armada were like skirts and sweeps. And, yes, so sweeps, I guess, all look the same as far as I recall, but I could be wrong there. So getting back to articulation, he does have a really cool and kind of hidden ab crunch, which I kind of dig. He doesn't get a whole lot, but 45 is, I think, plenty. He can rotate all the way around here. He has a little hip skirt that can rotate up. And this can rotate a bit, but it's not all that much here. And I think you can probably force it to go up more, but I don't want to do that and damage it. So you don't really get a lot of forward hip movement or back. Well, the butt plate moves out the way, so you can get back this far. His hip itself is actually a ball peg, as you might expect, so you can go out to the side. You have a little bit of rotation here, but then you have a separate thigh rotation. You have a, I think, double jointed knee, right? If I'm not mistaken. No, it looks like single. Okay, the other joint must be just for transformation. And then coming down to the foot, it has a, I believe a pivot here. And then the ball peg itself going into the foot. So you get a little bit of ankle wiggle up and down. And then he has a bit of a heel on both. One is actually a functional peg, which we'll use for transformation. But I think that's about it. So overall, pretty good articulation. One of the things that I didn't like about this figure, where is it? Is he comes with a flight stand for his all mode, but for his robot mode, it's hard to get into, I guess, this port just because the butt skirt kind of gets in the way. So it's really actually hard to make use of it. So I had to come in at an angle, and it doesn't peg in actually. It just kind of sits there. So when I did that pose for my thumbnail, I had it precariously balanced on here. So that's kind of a bummer. There's no other way, at least that I figured out or that they show, to actually be able to use this flight stand to help pose him in robot mode. I thought maybe you can put it underneath the crotch or something like that. But as far as I know, I mean, unless you kind of improvise and just put it like that loosely, there's no actual way to use a flight stand in his robot mode effectively. All right, so let's talk about his other accessories. Hold on, you sit here for a minute. If I can get him to balance. Okay, so his gun, he has one blaster painted at the front here. You'll have to use it with his completely closed fist. And all his fingers, all his hands just work off a ball peg system. You just pop this off here. Pop that on, and you're good. The other hand, which is kind of an angled grip, like this and open, this is what you use for the scythe. Like so. This also splits for some reason. I don't really know why you needed to split, but if you wanted to, you can split it and maybe make this a baton and make this one a short-handed scythe. Whatever you want to do, I guess. All right. And then this here angles, so you could actually make it into like a spear if you wanted, like this. So a lot of different options that you have with these weapons and parts. The last set of hands is the open hands, which are just kind of splayed hands. Nothing too exciting there. They're kind of the basic hands that you would expect. All right, what else? The shoulder pauldrons. So we'll just show this off really quickly and then transform it back. But the way it works is basically there's here, you can see it here. There's a little peg hole here on the back. Hey, how's it going? Hey, Pig for Life, are you gonna get the the new Iron Factory Ultra Magnus? I don't know. It really depends on whether they send it or not. I haven't been collecting Legends just because I don't want to get into it. So unless they send it to me, I probably won't get it. I really wanted that. I don't know if you're talking about the Ultra Maximus or whatever, the super armor, but I really wanted that. But for some reason, I thought that might have already come out, but I didn't get one. If it did. So anyway, so to get this off, you just want to pull up on the front here. This kind of has a little rectangular section here. Ultimate Commander, yeah. Has Magic Sword New Age announced the Scourge yet? I don't know. I don't think so. All right, so once you loosen it from this kind of placeholder in the front, you can unpeg the back, and then you can take any of the other ones, and then you basically just need to come in at an angle where if you can get to the peg. That's another thing again, because the way that the wings or capes are designed, it's kind of hard to get in here. So there we go. We'll get it going this way, get the peg in, and then just fold it forward. And so you can either do matching style, or you can mix and match them. I was actually doing some mix and matches before. So this one has kind of a thruster on top, kind of cool. This one just has kind of a point on the back, and the standard one has, this one has a bigger thruster if you want to use this one. But the standard one that you get is this one. And it actually is the only one that kind of also transforms, quote unquote. So let's just get this one on just to make it stock. All right, let's look at some of the other weapons. So he has, again, sets of daggers. They're pretty much the same. So this one is slightly different, I guess, than the other one. Has a shorter handle. But again, you use them basically the same. You just peg this in here. And again, you could have used this in either fist. So I don't really know why they felt the need to mirror them. But I guess you can. And the other dagger is basically the same, just with a longer handle. This one here. And again, you can really do with it what you like. And then the last one are two sets of these guns, which are kind of a gun claw kind of thing. So you can either put them this way or this way. This way kind of makes it look like maybe a crossbow, Energon crossbow, that you can grip like this. Or you can flip them this way, I guess, and to make it into some X-23 claws, like that. You would hold it like that. So, a lot of options. Again, I don't really think that you needed a bunch of these, but you get a bunch of them. And the head, as you might expect, you just flip this around. You have a little Phillips head screw here. You just pull that out and you put any of the other faces on. So I'm not going to do that just because it takes time, and I don't think people want to sit through me fumbling with mini screws. Legends look nice from a distance. They cost too much. I'm poor. I don't know. That statement of being poor doesn't make a lot of sense when you look at his collection. So here are the three heads. You kind of have just a regular plain face. Then you have a mask version if you're into ninjas. And then if you're into, I guess, Monty Python, you can do this kind of Monty Python, the Holy Grail mustache and helmet. So they all look pretty good. They're all differently detailed. Nice paint apps on such small figures. But they look good. I like them. Clinical says legends look bigger if you get really, really close up, though. Yeah, that's true. I'm not gonna lie though. Some of these Legends figures, when the photos first come out, T-Man and TM will send photos, and we'll be like, "Hey, is this Masterpiece or is this Legends?" Like some of them are, and you got to like look at the pins or the hands or something like that, and be like, "Oh, those screws are too small to be Legends class and stuff like that." But it's kind of crazy. In any case, that's all the accessories you generally get. The other one we already talked about. We'll talk about it later. The one thing I will say about all these weapons is that it'd be great if you could use like more than like just like a couple of them, more than one, I think, in alt mode at a time. But really, you basically can't. So let me get this other basic fist on, and then we'll go into... Oh, actually, let me do some quick comparisons. And let me scooch down a bit so we get a kind of a straight on look. At least 3 heads that will never see. That's what I'm saying, right? All right, so let's do some comparisons. Here he is with a couple of legends that I have. This is the Magic Square Prime version 1.0. They just showed off a 2.0 that's coming out. That looks really great. Here is, I think, the Magic Square Megatron. I don't remember if this is Magic Square, and it's super dusty. Magic Square or New Age. I honestly don't remember which one this is. Somebody will say. Here is, I think, Magic Square's old Ultra Magnus. New Age. Okay, that's New Age. All right, thanks Deluxe, thanks Memo. And then, speaking of New Age, Toy Dojo sent me this one just recently, just because he had a couple and one was open. And then they said, hey, we have open one, why don't you review it? So I will be reviewing this New Age Darius, their Galvatron, and this figure is really nice. Like, compared to their other ones, this one is significantly heavier for a Legends class, and it has diecast in it. Like, I'm surprised. It has really nice paint apps. Like, most of this figure is painted. These hip skirts are diecast. Well, I'll save it for my review, but I literally just took them out just so we could do a quick comparison, and I'm really impressed with this one. I might have to keep this one as well. It's always good to have a Galvatron, but the scale. All right, so I think it scales pretty well with basically any Legends class overall. I think the only thing that Iron Factory has against it, the knock against it, is that it is not a real G1 design. So trying to fit it in with some of the New Age or Magic Square, it might look a little out of place stylistically. So, all right. Oh, I got Inu Tabby to spend money. Mission accomplished. I want an achievement little thing coming up. Achievement unlocked. All right, so let's go into transformation. Transformation is super easy for this guy. It should not take more than a couple minutes to do this. So first thing we'll do is we'll just flip the head around because we're going to have to do that anyway. We're going to flip up the shoulder pauldron and then close this up here. This becomes kind of the rear thruster that you see. Want to flip the fist forward just so you hide it. It really no other reason to do it. And then you want to use that shoulder joint and rock this up a little bit. That's really it. So do the same thing here. Rock this up a little bit, get it closer to the body. And then rotate this fist forward. So you're seeing the back of the hand going forward. Coming to the back here, we want to unpeg these 2 pegs here. And again, like we did at the beginning, we're going to rock this downward now for alt mode. So we're going to go like this. All right. Now we're going to start working on, and then once you have that up, we can tilt this whole collar, his pop collar. Oh, who was that donated? Is that Deluxe? Come on, Deluxe. You don't need to do that, man. I really appreciate, I super appreciate anybody who spends their hard-earned money on a lazy reviewer like me that only reviews every couple of weeks at best. So coming to the lower legs, we want to turn this outwards like this. And then one thing I did notice is that they seem to have basically done a remold or retool of their drift figure from a while back. The legs work basically exactly the same, and it's kind of designed the same way. It's a little hard to get in here, but you want to flip this up, get this out, and then flip it down on this part here. This will become part of the fuselage. So let's see here. This thing is kind of hard to get into. I should have brought a spudger out, but anyway, here. You do want to do that. The instructions kind of just say to flip it out. There's too much interference here. You do need to flip it up, out, and down like that. Once we're here, we can flip up the the foot into the lower leg. And then with the 1 foot, I guess his right foot, you have a tab that rotates down. And we want to use that to tab into the other leg. But before we do that, we want to use these joints here. It's kind of Combiner Wars-esque in that you double hinge them in like this. There we go. And then you can tab the two halves together. Kind of get the fist in there, kind of where the knees have a little gap. All right, from here, we're basically done. We just need to close up the cape. You do need to make sure that the cape is basically straightened out. If you use some weird angles in robot mode, you kind of want to straighten all of this out. And then this tab here will go into this part of the leg. Same thing on the other side. And the other thing you want to make sure of is these double hinges that we talked about before. You want to extend them and get them as flat as possible. That gives you just enough extra room to get that clearance. You want to get this piece around the knee here, and then this will close up and around. There we go. Same thing on this side. Tab that in, and with that you have the Space Submarine. Hey Mike, thanks, I appreciate it. As much as I'm so mean to Mike in our group chat, Facebook chat, I still appreciate that he would go out of the way to spend money on me. So the only other accessory that we talked about a little bit before is this flight stand. You just peg that in underneath here. It fits in just like so. And then you can use it with a number of different types of third-party flight stands. The gun goes into this square peg right here. So you got a blaster going on here. What? The front of his alt mode looks like a snake coming out of a hole? What? Oh, I guess I can kind of see it. Yeah, this is kind of like the front of the snake, and then these are the eyes. See, these things are the type of things that people see, and then once they tell you, you can't unsee it. Now I don't think Space Submarine, I'm thinking Space Snake. Stubby Snake. Thanks for that. Thanks for ruining this toy for me. I appreciate it. That cost you $5, so since you already prepaid, we'll just call it even. Some of these other ones, I guess you can also plug. It looks like you might be able to plug in. Yeah, like you can plug this in and have a Space Snake Shark, I guess. Yeah, so Space Snake Shark. We'll come up with a name for that. This actually doesn't look terrible. This looks kind of cool, actually. I don't know if any of the other weapons will actually work, because that was the only one I think with the square peg. Oh, this one works too. Let's see if this one works. This one's kind of at a weird... No, that one's not going to work because it's at a weird handle angle. But like I said, it'd be nice, given that we have so many weapons with this guy, that... Oh, no! It'd be nice if we could actually make use of some of the other weapons in the alt mode. I'm trying to see, is there anything else I can plug in anywhere? This looks like you might be able to use this, maybe? Oh! Yeah! Alright, yeah, so I found this. Oh, you can't do it from there. So we'll do this. And then... Where's the shark? Yeah. Alright, snake with a mohawk. Or snake shark with a fin. So yeah, we're just screwing around now, clearly. But yeah, the actual alt mode itself, again, does look kind of like the G1 style, except it's probably a little bit fatter than I would expect. I think yeah, it's a little bit wider, and I don't really have anything good to compare. I don't have any of my Legends class figures in alt mode. I don't think. Do I have any Legends in alt mode? No. No, you guys are just gonna live with this. Can you make him fly around and do your big snake impression? Usually I don't take requests for free, Memo, but since you helped me out last time, I'll do one. That's the best you're gonna get for free. Yeah, I mean, Joe BR says looks good, not too G1-y, and I think that's what they're going for, right? They want to, modernize it a bit. One of the things that people either love or hate is that, the G1 stuff is all 80s stuff. So there's like 80s vehicles. It kind of looks older. I know TM, he loves that because he loves 80s cars. So that works for it, right? But for him, but maybe some other folks who want something a little bit more modern, a little bit different. Maybe some people who really liked maybe the alternators or Binaltech line. They want something more modern, which I can't blame them for. We can't live in the 80s forever, right? So this kind of design or style, I think, is more kind of in line with the comics that we gotten from the IDW. Oh yeah, Steve, right when I was saying that, he says I love IDW designs. It's kind of like that. So in any case, we'll go ahead and get this guy transformed back. He's super simple. Just be careful here. It is a little hard to get underneath here to get this peg out, and you don't want to break that peg. Once you open that up, flay these open. You want to double joint this on the side. So again, there's so little difference here. The extra clearance you get is so minute. It's like almost, why did they even bother? They should have just had it back there. All right, so the legs, we just split the legs. We'll extend them like so. Rotate at the thighs. Get the foot down on the left leg. Get the heel back, and then close these up. So flip them up, rock them back, rotate them back, and then they'll fill out his calves. All right, the head, pop the collar like you're a recently graduated frat bro. Then you want, with the backpack, you want to rock up on this gray double hinge or dark black double hinge and tab that in. There we go. And then we want to get the shoulders down. Shoulders down like that. Flip this up. Rotate this down. Flip the fist around. And then with that, we got Void Legion. And again, if I'm missing something with Void Legion, I don't know what that's supposed to mean at all. We have him back in robot mode. So overall, I do like this figure. It's not an egregious price for a kind of, I guess, all that you get here. But the fact that you're not going to be able to make use of, let's see, you're not going to be able to make use of basically maybe one weapon here. You're basically not going to be able to make use of this. This is what you might be able to actively use. This is what's going to remain on the box. So I guess $40 for this is great, but $40 for just this that you're practically going to be able to use probably isn't the best. But again, as far as Legends class prices, it's definitely not the worst. And I like the figure as a whole. The ab crunch makes it so you can do, his Studio Ox anime style hip thrust, and he even has a little extra junk in the trunk here. So I don't know if he's stuffing some Energon down there, or if that's just all him, or if he's got some Cybertronian enhancements. But good for him. He's doing well down there. But otherwise, I think the figure itself is really quite nice. I do like it. It's going to be a matter of whether I keep him or not. I don't really have a Legends shelf. My Legends shelf is basically the right side of my desk. So I don't know if he'll have a permanent place in my collection. I might do a giveaway. I mean, that might be what I do with like all my Iron Factory samples that I get. Hey Eddie, how's it going? Void comes from the comic? Oh, I didn't know that. Galvatron is booming soon, yeah. They were his minions of the Void. Oh, I didn't know that. From the Dark Universe. I didn't know that. If I touch is worth 10 times more. All right. Well, Deluxe, I'll make sure that you get entered into this giveaway. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there right now. I'm gonna commit to that. I'm gonna do a giveaway for this at some point as a thank you to all the folks who stuck with me, both through the limited reviews I've been doing, even the live streams, and also the transition to the live stream reviews. I know some people haven't loved the transition to all live stream reviews as opposed to traditional reviews that I used to do, but this is where it's going to stay. I have way more fun with it, so I'm glad I'm able to interact with the folks on here. So let me take some questions real quick before we sign off, but I think we can keep this pretty short. I think I did a pretty decent job. Anything deluxe sized? I don't have any deluxes near me. I have a Voyager. Let's see. Do I have a deluxe? Besides Deluxe Baldwin, obviously, he's always in my back pocket. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't collect a lot of mainline stuff, so I don't think I have any deluxes here. So this is unfortunately the best you're going to get. Oh, I can put out a mainline old school Legends. This is Combiner Wars, I want to say. This is from Combiner Wars. I don't remember if that's Combiner Wars. Oh, and here he is compared just because I have him. Some keychains that TM sent me randomly. He does that. He's trying to win favor. But I still like T-Man better, even though T-Man never sends me free stuff. Yeah, just because I have it, I'm just digging through this drawer that I have here. So yeah, these are the best comparisons you'll get because I don't have a deluxe figure. I'm scrambling to see if I have one at all. If I have one, it's got to be on my IDW shelf. Any word on Power Falcon from... I don't even know who Power Falcon is, Doodle. I'm not going to lie. Deluxe asks, does Toy Dojo have them in stock soon? I don't actually know. Like I said, I got this directly from Iron Factor, and I didn't even know. So, Inu Tabby appreciates the live reviews, so I appreciate that. The live reviews are impressive. I screw up too much to do that. I do too. You've seen my my Coot review, so. All right, so I think I answered all the questions. Oh, Power Glide? You know what? They showed that off a long time ago, didn't they, Iron Factory? I feel like they showed that off like 2 years ago. But, you know, we'll just say COVID. Steve asked, do the wings fold back at all? Basically, this is as much as you get. Because of this double hinge, it interferes here, so because the molding. So this is as much as you get. So again, a little disappointing. Yeah. That's one of the things I really would have liked. A better wing / cape. But a lot of companies have been doing that. I feel like Fans Toys Mind Wipe was the same way. I was shocked at how little articulation I felt that had in terms of the wings. But I might be misremembering. I sold my Mind Wipe like almost immediately, I think. When is Sonic Wave from Iron Factory coming out? I have no idea. Memo says, thanks for the live streams. They are fun. Great. I'm glad you're having as much fun as I am. If you guys do like it, I always try to, hound you guys to give a thumbs up. More than anything, not even for like the YouTube algorithms. I just like seeing the thumbs up. I appreciate them. If you guys are catching this later in on a rerun or something like that, not live, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about it. If you have any questions that I didn't answer or didn't show in the actual live stream itself, leave them down there, and I almost get back to almost every single commenter. I don't get so many comments that I can't do it. I'm not a T-man with 25,000 subs where I can't answer all the comments and stuff like that. So I'm lonely a lot of nights, late nights, staying up, answering any and all comments that you guys give. So yeah, so that's it for me, everyone. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you guys want to pick this up, it's not in stock at Toy Dojo yet, but they should be getting it. I think U.S. retailers are all getting their shipments right now. I just got an early sample from Iron Factory directly. But other than that, appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one. The next review should be this guy, New Age Darius, courtesy of Toy Dojo. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks especially again to Mike Rogers and Deluxe Baldwin, my two heroes, for donating 5 big bones each, 5 Energon bucks. I'll go ahead and fill up my gas tank with that, or I guess my Tesla with electrons with that. I appreciate it very much. Thanks a lot, Evil Ash. Yeah, you are late, but thanks for joining anyways. You can catch it on the rewind. Thanks a lot, everyone.